everyone, it's Lee. Welcome back to the channel. Now, today is a very special day because we are doing June. Now, that on its own doesn't sound very special, but the past 2 months, actually, May and June, have been a huge nostalgic / trying to finish up things month because I was actually doing a lot of Tokyo Mew Mew new reactions this time last year, and unfortunately, due to my computer crashing / copyright issues, I wasn't able to finish the last 3 episodes to upload. So I turned my May setup into a Tokyo Mew Mew New Part 2 theme book, but because I already uploaded that theme, I decided not to make a video on it. But for June, was supposed to be going to OG Tokyo Mew Mew from 2002, the original one that got me into my love of Japan and literally everything. Even the start of YouTube, I began that at 13 years old. 2007, I watched that anime. And this month, I will be binging the entire season. So that is why June is going to be OG Tokyo Mew Mew themed. Now, thankfully, there was a lot of stickers from this original anime on Etsy. I will link her stickers down below if you're interested in any of these, because as busy as I am, I just don't have time to draw, and I'm really loving this sticker thing that I'm doing. So to start it off, I did a quote page on the left saying, "Welcome to Cafe Mew Mew," and used this postcard that she left in my order of all the stickers. So I was originally going to do you'll see it in a second, but the sticker that I used on the quote side for June, but then when I saw the postcard, I was like, this is perfect for the intro. It can be incredibly simple to design, super fast, unlike most of my other cover pages, and it goes right into the Cafe Mew Mew side. And then the weekly spreads are going to be them in their transformations. And it just felt so nostalgic. And as of right now, it's June 10th, and I haven't actually started my binge of the series because with May kind of getting into a bit of a cluster F of stuff getting to get done, I wasn't able to finish editing the reactions. So now I have the reactions to edit and the huge big video, which is the reason I'm binging the series in the first place. Last year, when I was in the middle of watching the new series, I had this idea to do a big, not documentary, like, you know those commentary videos where people talk about like old stuff, new stuff, and just video essays. And I've never tackled that kind of video before, and I thought, you know, there's so much with this new reboot that they did, in my opinion, better from what I remember of the original, but also there's certain aspects of the original that I think outweighed the reboot. So since I already did the reactions on episode 3 to 24 of the new one, that's a lot easier to not have to rewatch compared to now I have to rewatch 52 episodes. And I haven't actually rewatched this series since I was literally 13. Like, I watched it once and that was it. I've never watched it more than once, but I hyper fixated on it for years, and my first anime crush appeared.
あの時はごちそうさま。言ったろ、僕の名前はキッシュ。
And quite honestly made my junior high life a lot easier once I developed into this fandom. I don't want to go into like too much detail because it's kind of nerdy, and most people that are watching this probably aren't into the Tokyo Mew Mew fandom, but just being able to have like a community when I was getting made fun of a lot at school really helps my self-esteem, and it actually like introduced me to other animes that introduced me into Hello Project. So it really was the very beginning of my love of Japan in general, and really helped me become the person that I am today, really. Back then, before I discovered the anime, I was more of a tomboy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being a tomboy, but I was scared to do a lot more like girlier things because this might get into a little sad territory, but I felt like I was ugly, fat, the whole works, and for some reason in my brain thought that I could never be cute and pretty. And this anime and then discovering idols kind of made me realize, no, I can try these things and still be in my comfort zone with these things, because the main problem I had was being super self-conscious of how I look, so I was even scared to like try on clothes and whatnot, and finding out that idols in Japan, they can be cute but also innocent, because that was kind of my thing back then. I'm still quite innocent, to be honest. A lot of sexy time jokes go over my head still, but it made me feel better about like trying makeup and trying to do my hair and things, because I was like, well, I don't have to be sexy or anything to feel good about myself. Like, these girls are cute and kind of childish, but not in a weird way. And I don't know, it's hard to explain. It just made me feel better about myself. So it really was the catalyst for how I am now. And now, sad story over. Let's focus on the habits and monthly planner page. So when I initially tackled this in April of last year, of like the reboot version, I didn't have many stickers from Japan, and I didn't think to buy more from Etsy. Looking back on it, I really didn't like how I made my trackers page look. It looked bad. So I tried a new version in the May setup, and then I really liked how that looked. So I tried to transfer it over to this one, but I knew it had to be like slightly different because the stickers that I used here are so much smaller on this guy compared to like literally only having like the big ones for May. You'll see the May setup at the very, very end when we do the flip through, so you can see them both combined. I realized that I made the color too short, so then when I tried to fix it, it looked really weird. So I was like, screw it, just cover it up. So I ended up cutting out a piece of paper from an old book that hadn't been like touched, and don't love it, but you do what you gotta do to cover up those terrible mistakes. And for this content section, I really should have did more like blue because Mint's sticker was right beside it, but just, if you're ever going through something like that, just trust the process and that it'll eventually come together. For the banner, I thought it still needed something else, so I tried to do the same-ish banner as I did on the cover page, but this time I used a ruler because normally I don't, because quite frankly I'm too lazy to. When I was looking into doing designs for this, I went on Pinterest and looked up like arts from the original anime and even the new reboot of the original manga cover designs. Like, I only bought one when I was in Japan because of course it has Kishu on it. How gorgeous is that? But you can see that it has stripes of different shades, right? So every book had different stripes of colors. I'm so thankful that I did like the spacing up the lines instead of just like one harsh line, because the thing with using all these pastel colors, it can be so easy to make it look too harsh when you use black ink. So I had to like really be careful with it. Another reason why my brain was just kind of short-circuiting with this, because I kept overthinking things and didn't do enough tests beforehand. So learn from my mistakes. Test your colors before you do it on the actual page, especially for perfectionists. It's really going to hurt you if you're can't talk, see? It's really going to hurt you if you are a perfectionist. But also putting the stickers on, it felt a little bit too plain when I was keeping them like on their own. That's why next to each girl, I kept washi tape that was cohesive with their colors. So with many mistakes later and fixer-uppers, we finally are moving on to the next page, which is our moods and dreams page. Now, a little extra thing for June that I decided to throw on because I'm insane and like to torture myself. I decided to do my social media detox during June as well. Now, I was thinking about starting in May because I was feeling like really creatively bankrupt, and the last time I did a true detox for a full month was now 5 years ago. Doesn't feel like it's been that far away, but oh my god, COVID did a number on, I feel like not just me. I feel like it messed up a lot of people's like time. I don't know, man. But another thing I screwed up on was like the color trackers. Like, I was doing so good, and then I messed up with the smiley faces because I accidentally put them first before the colors. And don't do that. Put the color before you put the black ink on, because it molded with the paper, not with the paper, it molded with the colors, and then it looked all streaky, and it was bad. So I ended up just doing the same thing I did with the habit trackers on the last page and just traced out and then pasted it back on to make it look better. But going back to the social media detox, so I decided, you know what, the last time that I went on this detox, I felt better. The first like week and a half was quite rough, and that has repeated itself, but it also helped me be more productive and be more creative with my own kind of style instead of just like constantly looking at other creators feeling like that I'll never be as good as them and that stupid comparison trap that I tend to fall in. But the reason I put dreams in there is because the first time I did the social media detox, it actually stopped. Well, no, okay, backwards. I wasn't dreaming anymore. Like literally sleeping dreaming. I wasn't at all. But then when I went on the detox, about the first week and a half, I was having nothing but nightmares. And then they eventually went into like really, really detailed good dreams and helped me come up with more video ideas and stuff. So I wanted to see if that would happen again. And so far it's following a very similar pattern. We haven't gotten to the good dreams stage yet. It's been a lot of bad dreams in a row, a lot of nightmares in a row, but we're getting there. I'm hoping that it'll be passing by soon. But moving on to our very last spread. For weekly spreads, as I said earlier, we are going to be doing them in their Mew Mew outfits. And instead of doing Dutch door like the first time I did this theme, I decided since I had so many stickers, I would do every girl has their own page, and then the leftover stickers that I have in like their chibi forms would be for the script for the OG comparison. That spread I don't have on here yet because quite frankly, I haven't had time to even like start copying over my notes from last year. This page also gave me lots of problems. Like I thought and remembered that black and pink worked well, but then for some reason it looked too harsh to me when I did it on the strawberries. So then I was going into panic mode of like, how am I gonna fix these? I went completely into damage control. Especially with this stupid little cupcake thing. It looks so cute on the drawing that I saw on Pinterest before I did my detox because I sketched this out beforehand. But no, for some reason mine looks like utter shit and I just hated it so much, oh my god. So I eventually snapped, and again, thankfully, thank you, I forget her name, but it's linked below. The girl who I bought the stickers from, she gave in a few extra things, not just the postcard, of some of the girls fighting instruments. I don't even know what they're called. Weapons. I got lettuces, castanets, and Ichigo's strawberry. I'm trying to say it like she says in the Japanese. Strawberry bell. And I use that to slap it onto there. And it looks a bit off just because, you know, the wing is hanging off the edge there. But I took this picture with it so you could see how it was without me cutting it off. But I tried to keep it on and like solidify it with washi tape on the back so I wouldn't have to cut it off. But it was too bendy. So I ended up, rest in peace, wing. And same with the recovery mode around the corners, like just nothing seemed to be working. So this one's probably my least favorite spread out of all of them. I finished making the rest of them by this point, and it will be on my Instagram if you'd like to check those out. Enough self-promotion. I finished using up, well not finished, I tried using up as many like pink sweets stickers that I had. And thankfully one of these notebook therapy sheets I got a long time ago when I bought like my Sakura books. I had I forget what this fish is called. I actually had one when I was in Japan, but shaped like a fish. I thought it worked well with Ichigo. Yay. Yeah, so the stickers I'm very happy with. I'm just not happy with how I did my strawberries and sweets that were drawn. I just feel like I could have done a better job. And even when I was filling this spread out for the week and whatnot, I accidentally did, like, you know how it says 1, 2, 3 and then 4 on the opposite page? I accidentally pretending 4 was 3 by accident, so I had to like flip those, and I'm like, oh my god, I shouldn't have just done it like that. I should just focus on one side and then go on the next side. So I learned my lesson the hard way and move forward to the correct way for the rest of the spread. So this was just I'm sorry, Ichigo, I screwed up royally. So yeah, that's the end of my June setup, and now let's go into the final flip through with the bonus of seeing May's setup. Or I guess Tokyo Mew New Part 2. So for this, I brought in the logo from the new rebooted fonts and then updated the font a little bit from the first time, but kept with the whole watercolor theme. And started with like chibi versions of them in their Cafe Mew Mew outfits. So it's kind of like the opposite of, you know, the last one that I did. And on their weekly spreads, kept it simple with just the basic watercolor design, but then had them both in Cafe, Mew Mew, and their transformative designs too. I really love the stickers. They were clearly taken straight from the anime, and I think they look much better than just like my one little sticker I had from when I filmed that setup. But I'm so glad I did the reboot design back to back with the OG design. It just like gives me such nostalgic feels, and I love looking back at both spreads. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you went down a little bit of a nostalgic route if you were also a Tokyo Mew Mew fan, or maybe just learning about it now and you wanna take a look and see what the heck was my first hyperfixation. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm gonna stop rambling because now I need to get ready for work. So thank you and see you. Bye.